Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And if you know anything about the NBA, of course, it is a large man sport when you're talking about height. Land of 7 footers, average height maybe 6 foot 6, 6 foot 7, well above the average height of an adult male. But sometimes you see a player well below that mark find their way in the NBA and make a mark. Of course, Muggsy Bogues, the shortest player in NBA history, I believe he was listed at 5'3", but still was an assist merchant with the Charlotte Hornets. We saw Spud Webb, I believe listed at 5'6", win a slam dunk contest while with the Atlanta Hawks. I'm a Knicks fan. Nate Robinson, 5'8", won a couple slam dunk contests. I believe Calvin Murphy is the shortest player to be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. He was 5'9". Isaiah Thomas had one season with the Celtics, man. Also listed at 5'9". But it's always cool seeing a guy under 6 foot find his way in the NBA. And we now have a new shortest active player in the league, and it is Japanese guard Yuki Kawamura, as you see here via ESPN. Grizzlies signed Kawamura to two-way deal. He's a 23-year-old. He actually played for Japan in the 2024 Olympics. We see that he averaged 3.4 points, 4.2 assists over 5 preseason games. At 5'8", he will be the shortest player in the NBA and just the ninth player 5'8" or shorter since the ABA NBA merger in 1976, according to ESPN's research. So this is via sportsnot.com. The 10 shortest players in NBA history. Mentions Charlie Chris, 5'8". Jacob Gilliard, who's not on a team actively right now, is also 5'8". We have Keith Jennings, played 5'7", 164 games with the Golden State Warriors. Greg Grant, I remember him when I was super young with the Los Angeles Clippers. Played 9 years in the league, 5'7". Monte Tao, played, doesn't really say much about him. I'm not too familiar with him. Wat Masaka, he was on the 1947 Knicks, I believe. Not due to being 5'7". He's the first player of Asian descent to reach the NBA. Red Klotz, another 5'7" guard with the Baltimore Bullets. Spud Webb, most well-known short basketball player. That's debatable. So he's listed at 5'7". But yeah, that's debatable because we also have Muggsy Bogues, whose name hasn't come up. Mel Hirsch was 5'6". He started his career pretty much during the infancy of the NBA. Earl Boykins had his best season with the Denver Nuggets, was 5'5", played 652 games. And Muggsy Bogues, I mean, yeah, I would argue that Bogues, I mean, I know Spud Webb won the slam dunk contest, so that's interesting. Muggsy Bogues was in Space Jam. I think more people have seen Space Jam than Spud Webb winning the slam dunk contest, but I mean, that's debatable. But we see Kawamura's game log. Had one very productive preseason game against the Indiana Pacers in 25 minutes. Had 10 points and 7 assists. He had an 8-assist game against the Chicago Bulls. So it's definitely displayed his passing ability in the preseason. And while Japan didn't necessarily medal in this past year's Olympics, he did have a game they lost to France in overtime. But Kawamura put up 29 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Only Kevin Durant and Luol Deng, they're the only other two players in Olympic history to have a game with 25 plus points, 5 plus rebounds, and 5 plus assists. So cool to see. No, he's not on a standard contract. Of course, two-way deals basically split your time between the G League and the NBA, but it'll be fun seeing Kawamura get to experience his dream and play on an NBA court against all odds because, as you can tell, not many players 5'8" or shorter are able to find their way into the NBA. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.